Hi, welcome. I'm Carla. Welcome to my channel. Thanks so much for being here tonight. I'm going to wait for just a minute or two so that people can come in. And when you do come in, please make sure that you type in the chat so that I can see you and so that I can say hello to you. I greatly appreciate you being here tonight. When you come on in, make sure you say hello so that I can talk to you. Type in the chat when you arrive. If you're watching this as a video in the replay, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. It always makes my day that much more special when you keep me company and when you are a part of it. This was kind of a last minute live, so I thought I'd pop on for about 30 minutes or an hour or so, however long the questions take. Hey, Amjad, thanks so much for being here. Hey, I know it's late in London. Age is just a number by Barbara Jean. Hey, Melinda, hugs from NC, hugs from VA to you, my neighbor. Thanks so much for being here. Like I said, it always makes my day that much more special and much sweeter when you're a part of it and when you keep me company. I greatly appreciate your company tonight. So before I get to the questions, thanks so much, Amjad. I appreciate you popping in. Before I get to the questions that are on my phone, does anyone have any questions in the chat? This is an Ask Me Anything, and I am happy to answer any questions. The first thing that I will do, hey, hippie girl from the Texas Gulf Coast, what a beautiful part of the country. I am so glad that you are here. The first question I will answer comes from Mia, and she is asking, what makeup and skincare products are you wearing tonight? So we will go over that real quickly. That always seems to be a popular one on my live, so I'll go over that real quickly for you. The first thing that I have on my skin tonight is the Face Theory AccuWake Eye Cream. The Face Theory AccuWake Eye Cream. This is great for reducing puffiness, bags, wrinkles. I swear by it. It is a great eye cream, not just for wrinkles, but for puffiness and bags. And this eye in particular, I have a bag under that. It's not just a bag, it's a luggage. It's a luggage. It's a suitcase, not just a bag. So this works really great on it. It helps kind of tighten that up. I am also wearing for skincare the Clinique Dramatically Different Lotion. We'll put that to the side. For my foundation tonight, I am wearing the Clinique Even Better Clinical Foundation. This is a wonderful foundation. It has a serum in it, has several serums in it. Hi, Jean Jacobs. Welcome. Thanks so much for being here. This is a serum consistency. It comes with a pump, which I really love. And it has skincare ingredients in it like hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, and lots of other great vitamins and skincare ingredients in it. So I'm wearing this tonight. Also, let's see, for my concealer, I'm trying to go in order so I don't forget anything. For my concealer, I am wearing a drugstore concealer. This is the Catrice True Skin. Oh, by the way, my shade in the foundation is Alabaster. And this is the Catrice True Skin High Coverage Concealer. This is as good as any high-end concealer. And my shade in this is Neutral Ivory. I get this off of Amazon. Everything that I'm showing you tonight, I will have linked. I already have linked in the description box for you below. So once this video is no longer live, I will make sure that you can access everything that I talk about. Cindy Clark, those of you who remember this channel as Two Real Chicks, Cindy was the other real chick. So let's give a big round of applause for Cindy. Yes, indeed, my BFF. She is in the house. My bestie in the whole world is in the house. Cindy, everybody say hi to Cindy. Hippie girl, yes, you like Meryl Norman powder cream makeup. You always go back to it. Absolutely. I was a Meryl Norman girl from day one. When I first started wearing makeup, I was 13. On my 13th birthday, my mother marched me into the Meryl Norman store at the mall and said, fix her up, and fix me up they did. From skincare to makeup, they gave me a whole makeover with the works, and I was a Meryl Norman girl for years, absolute years. And I love Meryl Norman. If I lived near a Meryl Norman location, I would definitely be using it. Although I think you can order it online now, but I like the fact that you still get the in-store experience. Okay. I'm wearing a lot of products tonight, but I'm not wearing a lot of heavy makeup tonight. I went really light on the makeup. I hope it's not too washed out tonight. I hope that you can at least see a little bit of it. My eye palette is the Flutterby palette from ColourPop. I am wearing the Clinique waterproof mascara. I am wearing the Milani Make It Last Original Setting Spray. Love this. I am wearing the NYX Marshmallow Primer. This is an awesome primer. It really works very well on mature skin. I like that a lot. All of my brushes, I have those linked in the description box for you as well. And for my blush, I have on e.l.f. Putty Blush in Turks and Cake House. And is that all of my makeup tonight? Oh, no. My lip gloss tonight is from Gerard Cosmetics. It has this great little mirror here, and it lights up. So you can apply your lip gloss with the little mirror if you're out at a club or a dark restaurant or anywhere that you need a little light and a mirror. It has it all built in. This is from Gerard Cosmetics. This is Pouty Princess. I do have a 30% discount code for you down in the description box. It is 2 Real Chicks. That is your discount code. So use that and you'll save 30% off of all Gerard Cosmetics. They are one of my favorite cosmetics brands indeed in the entire world. Jen Gerard, the company owner, has been going through some tough times. So I would appreciate it if you would show her some love and tell her I sent you and get you some good products from Gerard Cosmetics. And I think that is all the makeup that I am wearing tonight. Are there any questions in the chat? If not, Melinda asked, how are you doing? I'm going to get to that in just a second. That's actually one of the questions that is on my list to get to. So I'm going to get to that in just a second. From Ray, we have the question, how much weight have you lost and how did you do it? I have lost 50 pounds and my goal is to lose another 50 more, 50 to 70 more. I was a good 100 pounds overweight. And it has taken me a couple of years to do it because I go off and on the program. But the program I am on was set up for me specifically by an endocrinologist. I have thyroid disease, several. I have hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's disease. And I am losing weight by having an endocrinologist who set up a special program just for me that is very high protein, very low carb. And I only eat carbs certain times of the day. And I only eat a certain number of carbs at certain times of the day. So the main focus is on high protein, very low carb. It's like part, as he describes it, it's part keto, part paleo, part Atkins. It's kind of the best of those things all mixed in together. And that's how I'm losing weight. I highly recommend that you seek out a weight loss specialist. That's what this doctor is for me. He specializes in weight loss as well as other issues that an endocrinologist would treat, such as my hypothyroidism and my Hashimoto's disease. So I recommend that you seek out a doctor, a real MD, a real physician, not a clinic in a box. Not that I'm bashing those, but I suggest that you seek out a medical professional that really does meet your dietary needs, meet your nutritional needs, and meet your hormonal needs, because I'm 55 years old. And as we go through menopause, things change. I don't have to tell you ladies that. You know that things change. And we have different needs as we get older. It's harder to lose weight because of that as we get older. So I'm very fortunate that I have a good doctor. Your daughter eats like that, hippie girl. She does CrossFit and eats lots of protein. I need to incorporate exercise. That is my next thing that I need to incorporate. Oh, what else am I wearing? I am wearing a Belk dress. This dress came from Belk. It's from their Crown and Ivy line. I have it linked in the description box. And my reading glasses, pardon me for wearing them tonight, but in order to read your chat, I have to wear my reading glasses. So they are from Amazon. I just get readers off of Amazon. I get a 5-pack and I have them strewn all over the house. So that is that. Next question from Linda. You recently made, and from Melinda as well, you recently made a video saying you were having a hard time as a widow. How are you doing now? Are things better? Things are definitely better. I still have my days. I've been a widow for 6 months now. On April 9th, it will be 7 months. He passed away on September 9th. And I am doing very well, actually. I think I'm doing as well as a person could be doing under the circumstances. I have hard days, but I have great days too. And I definitely am most grateful to the support that I received from my best friend who's in the chat tonight. Cindy is in the chat tonight. She was here with me within an hour after he passed away, and she lives an hour away. So as soon as she got my text that he had passed away, and it was at like 3 o'clock in the morning, it was in the wee hours of the morning, she said, I'm on my way. And I said, please don't do that. Please just wait until a reasonable hour and then come on down. And my house was an absolute wreck. It was in shambles. I was embarrassed. I hadn't cleaned. It was just awful. And she said, nope, I'm on my way. And I pleaded with her not to do that. And at one point she texted and said, I'm already on the interstate. I'm already on Interstate 95. I said, okay. And she was here within an hour and stayed with me for days. And then she corralled a posse of women and close friends who made sure that I was never alone 24 hours a day for 2 weeks straight. 2 weeks straight, my BFF and my other dear friends made sure that I was taken care of round the clock, 24/7 for 2 weeks. Is that love or is that love? Is that a blessing or is that a blessing? I mean, that was just, I'll never forget that as long as I live. What Cindy did. Yes, honey, it's what we do. That's what we do. I'll never forget that for as long as I live. And I'll never forget the love that she and the other one expressed to me. I'll never forget the love that all of you, not only those of you in the chat. Hi, Terry Thacker. It's so nice to see you. I'll never forget the love that those of you who are in the chat and those of you who watch my videos, each one of you has been an incredible blessing. Little Poet, Susan, welcome. It's so nice to see you. Little Poet has a channel, as does Age is Just a Number by Barbara Jean. And thank you so much to both of those ladies for being such great friends. Please do visit their channels. After this video is over, I will try to remember to link their channels in the description box below. Please do visit Age is Just a Number by Barbara Jean. She's a great friend. And Little Poet. They both do incredible videos. They both have incredible channels. And we're going to be celebrating soon with Susan from Little Poet. She just reached 100,000 subscribers. So woohoo for her. We're going to be celebrating with her very, very soon. And Melinda asked, and the next question that also came from Sue says, as a widow, what are your plans for the future? And Melinda just asked, are you planning on moving? Well, the answer to that is yes. I bought a house today. I bought a house. Yes, I bought a house. And I am going to be moving probably in about a month. I do not see me moving before the 1st of May. And I am super excited. I bought a house on the water. And I grew up within walking distance to the beach. And I've always wanted to return to the water. And now the house I grew up in was not directly on the beach. It was within walking distance to the beach. The house that I'm buying is directly on the water. It's not far from where I grew up. It's on a tributary to a river. And it is a beautiful home. It was built in 1882. It's a historic home. It's in a historic district. Thank you all so much for your kind words and congratulations. It is just, we call it the Goldilocks house because it's not too big. It's not too small. It's just right. And it's something that I can manage. And it is just, I'm sorry I'm umming so much, but I'm overwhelmed with emotions right now. And there I go again. I was a talk show host for 30 years and never ummed on the air. And here I am with you, my friends, and I'm umming. So please forgive me for that. But I'm very excited. And a friend is going to be coming with me as well. I'm also planning on some business ventures that I will tell you about later. Yes, Melinda, change is good. And I believe my husband would approve of this. I believe that he has blessed this. He helped make this possible. This is very bittersweet for me because I'm doing this alone as a single woman. Thank you, Terry, for being excited for me. I'm doing this alone as a single woman now, and I'm doing it now because he died. So that makes it very bittersweet that I'm doing it without him, and that I'm doing it because he died. But I need a fresh start. I need a new start and a new beginning. Thank you, little poet. Yes, I believe he would be proud of me, and I believe that he is. What's it like for a single woman to buy a home in 2023? Well, interest rates are high, but prices have fallen, and people are not bidding 100,000 over asking price like they were a year or 2 years ago. So that definitely worked to my advantage. I'm most grateful to that. This house literally fell out of the sky from heaven to me, and everything fell into place like a dream. I was not planning on doing this for several months. I just went to look at the area. I wanted to scope out neighborhoods and find out where I wanted to live and where I didn't want to live as much as I did where I wanted to live. And I just wanted to kind of get a feel for the layout of the land because I had already picked out the town that I wanted to live in. I had already picked that out, but I hadn't picked out a house. Well, before I went to explore and tour around, this house came on the market about 2 hours before I left. And I said, well, let's go look at it. And by look at it, I simply meant drive by. It wasn't an open house or anything. It was just a listing that had just popped up on the MLS. And I said, I'll drive by there and take a look at the outside of it. And when I saw the location, saw that it was on the water, saw the historic district it was in, it checked so many boxes before I ever walked in the door. And then I contacted my realtor and asked him if he could fix up a tour, fix up a showing. And originally they weren't going to do any showings right away. I won't get into all the details of that. I'm going to do a video about the house and show you an empty house tour if you would be interested in that. And I just kind of took it from there, and it all just fell into place. Everything just fell into place. Things that should have gone wrong didn't go wrong. So what's it like for a single woman to buy a home in 2023? To answer your question, it's scary. It's scary for a single woman to buy a home, particularly if you're a first-time home buyer. Now, I'm not a first-time home owner, but it was the first time that I ever purchased a home by myself. It's scary. I highly recommend that you have a real estate agent who is an advocate for you. I did. His name is Eric, and he was absolutely fabulous. He continues to be fabulous. And I highly recommend that you get a good agent, read their reviews. If you don't know them, read their reviews, read their recommendations, get references, find out about them as much as you possibly can. Barbara Jean, you're a realtor, or you were a realtor. You weigh in and give some advice on that as well. From Age is Just a Number by Barbara Jean. I highly suggest you have a really good agent who is seasoned. And yes, you sent some moving video with Carla and Susan. Both got brand new houses. Yes, let's celebrate Susan as well. Woohoo! Little Poet is buying a house as well. And she and I are going to be moving at the same time, most likely. So we may, I hope, fingers crossed, do some collabs. I would love that. So raise the roof, raise your hands, give some applause for Susan. She's buying a home as well. Thumbs up for the video and thumbs up for Susan, definitely. It is a frightening process, particularly when you're doing it by yourself. There were so many times that I felt like I didn't know what I was doing, that I was flying blind. And I had my realtor as well as a friend who's a real estate agent guiding me. I will say that my lender was very hands off, meaning that they weren't warm and fuzzy. They weren't warm and fuzzy. It was strictly business, which was fine. But I would have liked a little more hand holding from the lender in the process. I would have liked a little more reassurance. Yeah, they weren't warm and fuzzy, they were just fuzzy. Barbara Jean says, yes, references are a must. I thought you retired last year, Barbara Jean. I thought so. And you, I know, were a great realtor. I know that to be a fact. If I was in Texas, you would have been my agent without question. References are a must. I cannot recommend that enough, that you get references on a realtor, that you read their reviews online. I plan on leaving a glowing review for my realtor. He was just excellent, and I couldn't be happier with the service that he gave me. He was an advocate for me. He went to bat for me. He made sure that all the I's were dotted and the T's were crossed. And so that would be my biggest piece of advice. And what's it like? It would have been a lot harder had he not been on my side, had he not been working for me. And it's still a scary process, even if you have a great lender, even if you have a great realtor. But I would say don't be frightened. Just go for it. Find out from a lender in advance, if you can, what your loan options are, what your price ranges are, and then just go for it and let the chips fall where they may. Mine happened to all fall into place. Susan's are from Little Poet. Hers are falling into place. And I feel blessed by God. I don't feel lucky. I feel blessed. And I feel like my husband is looking out for me. I truly do. I feel like all of this came from him and from God. I should put God first. It came from God and from him. And that is, oh Lord, I should have brought the Kleenex. That is a blessing right there. So those are my plans for the future. Like I said, I'm planning to do some business ventures as well. I am looking forward to that. Did I sell my house? No, I did not sell my house. I'm looking into possibly renting it or selling it. I have not decided yet. I am already packing things up. And if I sell it, I'm going to sell it after I get moved out. So I didn't have the stress of having to sell this house first to get into the new house. I don't know what that's like, so I don't have any advice on that, but I would suggest get your ducks in a row as quickly as you can, and just make sure that you've got your things lined up and everything is as smooth as it possibly can be. There's going to be confusion. There's going to be fear. There's going to be trepidation. All of those things are going to be there. But you can do this. You and God, or God and you, however you want to word it, God and you can do this. If I can do this, anybody can do this, believe me. And I'm absolutely thrilled with how things have gone. Thank you, hippie girl. I appreciate that. Is everyone subscribed to the channel? Because I am dangerously close to hitting 5,000 subscribers. I would love it if I hit 5,000 subscribers in the next month. Will you help me do that? If you're not a subscriber, please make sure that you're subscribed and share this channel and share this video with other people who may like it and who benefit from it. Another question that I received is, how old are you? I am 55 years old. Another question I received was, how old was I when my husband died? I was 54. He died 6 months ago, and I've had my birthday since then. He was 65 when he died. That's another question that I received. So are there any other questions? Like I said, I thought I'd come on for about a half an hour to an hour tonight, just depending on how many questions we had and how many interactions that we had. Random Life Productions, another person who has a fantastic channel, Gail. Please go check out Gail's channel, Random Life Productions. She says, I think sometimes in life you just have to take a risk. Absolutely. And I did take a risk in this. I definitely was out of my comfort zone. I don't make rash decisions. I don't make impulsive decisions. But this just happened. And when it did, at the price that it came up, in the neighborhood it came up, In all the boxes that it checked, I knew I had to act quickly or it wasn't going to be there in 6 months when I thought I was ready to act. It just happened and I had to do it when I did it because I knew this opportunity wasn't going to come along again. So that's why I'm doing it now. Someone asked if I had a pet. No, I do not have any pets. I do not have any pets. It's been recommended to me that I get a pet, but right now in my life, I feel like I could not give a pet the attention it would deserve. I could give it the love it would deserve, but I don't feel like I could give it the attention it would deserve. And I feel like, particularly to train a puppy, you really need to be there. And I don't want to be an absent pet owner. I want to be a responsible pet owner who can give it the attention and all of the care that it needs and walk it when it needs to be walked. And I don't want to have someone come in and do all that for me because it's just not fair to the animal. So until I get things a little more settled, I will not be having any pets because I think that's just the right thing to do for the pet. It's just not fair otherwise. Do I have any decor ideas for the new home? Little Poet asked. Yes, I do. I am envisioning green velvet sofas. Yes, I'm thinking old style, Art Deco, old Hollywood glam in my living room. I have a lot of antiques in this house that were my husband's and his family's and his mothers and fathers and his great grandparents. And I'm going to be giving some of those away to family and friends because this house is crammed full of furniture. It's got too much furniture in it. I'm not going to sell it because I'll never get out of it what it's actually worth. I'm not going to donate it because I want it to go somewhere where it will be loved. And I've already started contacting family and friends and asking them what they would like and asking them to come over and pick out what they would like as a memento of him. So he has an incredible executive lawyer's desk, it's called. It's a double-sided. It's the size of a small room, to be honest with you. This desk is a dual-sided desk that is just massively huge. So we have a judge friend that, because it's called an attorney's desk, that I've offered that desk to him. He was one of the pallbearers at my husband's funeral and was one of his closest friends. And I've offered that to him. His brother was also one of our closest friends. I've told him to come over and pick out what he wants. My brother has already told me what he wants. It was a personal possession of my husband's. And so that's how I'm going to get rid of a lot of the excess that's in my home. You can't wait to come and visit me, Barbara Jean. I can't wait for you to come and visit me either. And if I'm ever in Texas, again, girl, I'm looking you up. I loved visiting Texas. It's a beautiful state. And I hope that you will come to Virginia and I will show you around. I promise. Jeanette Pickering. Jeanette Pickering is another fabulous YouTube content creator who has a channel. Hiya, Jeanette. I'm so happy to see you here. She is in England. It's 5 hours ahead, so it's about 12:30 a.m. in England right now. Thank you so much for stopping by, Jeanette. It's such a pleasure to see you. Please do check out her channel. She does a lot of lives, and she's always fun to hang out with. She also does baking with Jeanette, and she is an incredible baker. If you want to be inspired for some wonderful baked creations, she's the woman. She is the woman. That's Jeanette Pickering. Check out her channel. I will try very hard to remember to list the channels in the description box after this video is no longer live, and after it goes to a video. I will try to remember to put the channel links to the channels that I've mentioned. How far am I from New York City? Random Life Productions, again, another channel, is asking. I'm going to say approximately 6 to 8 hours by car or train. That's an estimate on my behalf. I am about 2 hours from Washington, D.C., and I'm not factoring in traffic here with my estimations to New York or to D.C. A straight shot without any traffic it's about 2 hours from DC. And then I'm going to say it's about another 4 to 6 hours after that to New York City. That's the way it should be anyway. I'm not sure how long it takes by train because the train does take longer, but that's my guess. It's about a 6 hour trip to New York. When I was a little girl, we lived at the beach end of Virginia, and my grandparents lived on the mountain end of Virginia. Virginia is a very vast and diverse state. We have the mountains on one end, the beach on the other end, plains and Piedmont in between, rural farmland, metropolitan cities, um, and then, of course, right at the DC border, we have the political Mecca. And everything in between that you could possibly imagine. So when I was a little girl, we lived at the beach end and my grandparents were at the mountain end. And it would take, at that time, it no longer does, but at that time, it would take 12 hours to get from one end of the state to the other. And that was a straight line. That was not zigzagging. That was a straight line across the bottom of the state. And I used to get so irritated when I would hear friends of mine when I was in elementary school who would say they were going to visit family in New Jersey or New York, and they would say that it would take about 6 hours. And I would think in my little girl's 7-year-old mind, well, that's not fair that you can get to New York in 6 hours and it's going to take me twice as long just to stay in the same state. Yes, Melinda, North Carolina is very much the same. North Carolina and Virginia are very much flipped images of each other. They're like mirror images, but flipped. And so they stretch and bow out very much the same. You could almost sandwich them and they would match geographically in their layout very, very much. Jeanette asked, am I still working? I did go back to work recently. I just went back to work last week. I took a few months off because of my husband's death, and I am still working. Yes. And I'm planning on doing some business ventures in the near future and launching some things of my own. So I'm excited about that. Any other questions? Do you have questions for each other? And I will tell you that I did ask in my last live, did you want me to do monthly lives? And you said yes. So I came on tonight so that we could get our March live in. And I'm also planning to do a live in April that is a prayer live. I will be taking your prayer requests in advance as well as live in the chat. And I'm going to pray for you. And we will just all sit here and pray for each other because I just feel that that's something we need in this day and age is the power of prayer and the power of community. And I think in this modern age with so much technology, I think that gets lost so often. And I want us to come together. I asked you if that would be something you would be interested in, and you said yes. So the April live, I haven't picked the date yet, but the April live will be a Can I Pray For You video. What do I do for work? Hippie Girl asked. Well, for 30 years, I was in broadcasting. I was a television news anchor and a television and radio talk show host, including work with Fox News Channel. I also appeared on the BBC. And I have been in radio and television as well as print journalism for the past 30 years. Currently, I am actually working as a makeup artist and a cosmetics department manager. So that's what I do for a living right now. And I was trained by professional makeup artists when I was in television. And I often had a makeup artist do my makeup for me when I was doing television, particularly when I was with Fox News Channel. I always had a makeup artist in my green room, and I asked them to train me how to do my own makeup, and they did. And that's how I was able to parlay that into a career as a makeup artist and cosmetics director with the company that I'm with now. Oh, thank you, Hippie Girl. I appreciate that. Terry, thank you. Uh, she says, that will be fabulous. You are oozing optimism and joy. This does my heart good. Oh, your comment is doing my heart good. Good days and sad days will come, but God is and will be faithful. Blessings, Carla. Blessings to you as well, Terry. Blessings to you. Little Poet says, can you take us along when you move and decorate? Absolutely. I will do an empty house tour if that is something you are interested in. And then I will take you along as I move, and I will take you along as I decorate. If you want a decorating video for the whole house, I will definitely do that. If you want a decorating video for room by room by room by room, I can do that as well. If you want to see the view of the water, if you want to see the back deck, if you want to see the fire pit, whatever you want to see, I will take you along for sure. I am partly crying. That's why I'm dabbing my eyes. But I'm also partly fighting Virginia allergy season right now. I don't know where you are in the country or in the world, but the pollen is in full force here in the South. And I am definitely feeling it in my eyes tonight. Also in the South, we are expecting severe storms over the next 24 hours. And they're saying we are going to get 50 to 60-mile-an-hour winds. So that hopefully will blow all the pollen away. I'm not sure about that. Jean Jacob says yes to all of it. Am I planning another trip to Ireland? Jeanette asked. Yes, I am indeed planning another trip to Ireland in September. I was originally planning to go back in the fall with my husband. That was our plan. Of course, he passed away, and now I will be going to Ireland, not alone, but with some friends, and we plan to raise a pint and toast him along the way at not only some of his favorite places, but also some new places that I hope to discover that he and I did not get to visit in Ireland while we were there. Ireland was our happy place. It is our happy place. To me, it was heaven on earth. I would live there in a heartbeat. I would live there in a minute. I truly would. In North Carolina, the same with allergies. Melinda, I really should have brought a Kleenex. Let's see if I have anything in my makeup bag that will help. This is embarrassing. This is a makeup wipe. I'm not sure how well that is going to help. Little Poet says, love you so. Congratulations on your beautiful life. Congratulations to you on your beautiful life. I hope that we can collab together on our moving and our decorating. That would be awesome. You are amazing, Little Poet. Please be sure to check out some dates. Please be sure to check out her channel as well as Random Life Productions. Age is Just a Number by Barbara Jean, Jeanette Pickering, and all of the other channels that I have mentioned here tonight. Send you the dates and you'll try to get there. Well, great. That sounds awesome, Gail from Random Life Productions. I will definitely send you the dates, and I would love to meet up with you there. That would be awesome, for lack of better words. That would be amazing. Yes, we will raise a pint of Guinness, even though I don't drink Guinness. He did. Oh, he loved him some Guinness. He loved him dark beer, dark ales in general, but Guinness was top of his list. We visited the Guinness factory storehouse when we were in Dublin, Ireland, and he was in heaven when we were there. And of course, he loved Irish whiskey as well. He did like the drink. He did like the drink indeed. And that was one of his indulgences. I can't fault him for that. And unfortunately, he indulged in a lot of things that may have cut his life short, but I'm not going to second guess or question that. We live the way we live, and God calls us home when he calls us home. So that's just the way that it's going to do, and it's going to work. Melinda says, and putting hairs on my chest, Jeanette. Yeah. Melinda says, I hope you will do some makeup tutorials when you feel up to it. Well, that's really not the focus of my channel yet, but I tell you what I could do, because I am kind of doing some vlogs and things like that now. I could, in my vlogs, do a get ready with me or that kind of thing that would kind of add into the vlog. Would you like that, Melinda? Would that work? Or I could tell you some products I'm loving, or I could do that kind of thing in the vlogs if that's something you would be interested in, if that would work for you. Are there any other questions tonight? I'm so glad to see all of you. I have recognize all of your names, and I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. Little Poet, if you are still here, someone is asking, Hippie Girl is asking, how is Desi? Well, she has a video that's going to go live tomorrow night. She goes live when I say live, I mean it gets put up. Not a live like this, but it gets posted. She does her every Saturday night, so I hope that you will tune into her videos. Jeanette, when do you post? Random Life Productions, Gail, when do you post? And Barbara Jean, when do you post as well? And anyone else who has a channel, when do you post? Make sure that you put that in the comments section. Yes, you're on the struggle bus with eye makeup and glasses. Okay, I can do a get ready with me in a vlog and talk about eye makeup and glasses. I can do that. Sure, why not? Vlogs are kind of a free for all, right? So while I'm taking you along on the move, I could do my makeup of the day and maybe do some things like that. If there are no other questions, I will wrap this up for the night. I said I would go 30 minutes to an hour. We've been on for 41 minutes. So that's the perfect time. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for joining me. I say this every time, but I truly mean it. It does indeed make my day that much more special. It makes my day brighter when you keep me company, and you are more of a comfort to me than you could ever imagine now in my life, more than ever. And of course, Barbara Jean posts the Thrifted Look for Less challenge every third Sunday. Every third Sunday morning, the Thrifted Look for Less challenge. What that is they take a look. Gail, thank you so much. See you later. Random Life Productions. Be sure to check out her channel. The Thrifted Look for Less challenge is a group of ladies that take a look, usually a very expensive look from Pinterest or a magazine or a celebrity look that they've seen, and they go to a thrift store and they find items to replicate that look for pennies on the dollar. I'm talking creating a $2,000 outfit for $20 from the thrift store, and they show you how they do it. And they do a fabulous job, and Barbara Jean is the leader of that, so be sure to check out the Thrifted Look for Less challenge videos every third Sunday. Thank you, Barbara Jean, for reminding me of that. Well, it is 7:43 Eastern Time. I love you so much. I can't say that enough. I love you more than you know. Until our April live, take care of yourself, take care of each other. I will be posting a new video, I hope next week, going back to interviews. I am hoping to get an interview video back together for next week or the next 2 weeks. I love you, BFF. Bye-bye, honey. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, that is Cindy, who, if you just came in, this channel used to be called Two Real Chicks, and Cindy was the other real chick. I was real chick number 2. She was real chick number 1, and together we were two real chicks. And she and I started this channel together originally, and that's how things took off and evolved into where they are today. So I'm going to say goodnight to you all. Love you. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.